And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar right here on BearcatJournal.com. Go see our good friends at Hail Mary's. They're in Cheviot. They're right on Harrison Avenue. They're inside the Dora district. This is key. You can go from bar to bar with your drinks, or you can just stick around at Hail Mary's. They've got 27 TVs, a 9-screen video wall. They've got the DirecTV sports package, so you can watch all the games. And, of course, Cincinnati Sports will be on the 9-screen video wall. Brand new draft lines, brand new walk-in cooler, and, of course, ice-cold Cincy Light on tap in a 32.8-degree frosted glass. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is Thursday, and we haven't hit on this particular stuff because we've been talking about rev share and Big 12 media days and all that stuff this week. So you might as well throw an NIL topic in here, Aaron, as we head into the weekend. The College Sports Commission has released guidelines today. And on the reporting from our guy, Ross Dellinger, they've denied over 80 claims or 80 submissions into the College Sports Commission for NIL. There's more that are going to be denied soon. You can resubmit once, and then after that, it goes to an appeals process. A lot of these claims that are being denied are just deals from collectives, the way that they've been happening for the past couple years. And of course, they got denied. They told everybody, we're going to deny these. They submitted them anyway, I guess, to start the legal process, Aaron. It has to be where we're going, right?
I would think so. At the end of the day, I assume that you have probably several teams out there, several collectives out there that have God complexes, and they just were going to do what they were going to do regardless of what rules were in place. You also have some things with different state legislations like Tennessee that we know we heard about where they've told them to ignore the rules anyway. So maybe you have some situations there where they're just going against the trend because they feel there will be no repercussion regardless of what the team has signed or agreed to, because the state legislation says otherwise and tells them to continue as you were. So I guess it really comes as no surprise that, of course, you were going to have a handful of people that were doing this. So, yeah, I'm 80. It seems like a low number to me.
I guess it depends on, like, did one school submit like 20? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if there's 80 schools, there's only like 130 schools that play college football. If there's 80 schools that have been denied or in the process of being denied NIL claims, I think that's a bit of a different story than, if there's 15 guys from Alabama that got denied and, 20 guys from Texas A&M that got denied. Like, I guess that's a different conversation.
I would wonder what's going to happen at Texas Tech if a bunch of their guys get denied.
Yeah. It takes us into, that age-old collective discussion, though, Aaron, because they put out like some examples, and essentially, like, even if hypothetically, let's say I'm holding a golf tournament, Brendan Sorsby is hosting the golf tournament, and then the proceeds from people playing in that golf tournament are going to help pay Brendan Sorsby. That is not allowed. Because it's not providing. So if it's a normal golf tournament and they hire Sorsby to be the MC and everybody plays in it, but they don't pay for Brendan Sorsby from that money, like it's for something else or whatever. If it's a for-profit tournament, I guess they can do that and pay him, but it has to be promoting a product, I guess, is the way to put it.
Well, but then are you paying him for being Brendan Sorsby, or are you paying him what you would normally pay an MC? Begs the question.
Well, that's the problem.
So,
Is they have ruled that if you're just having him be there and you're paying him to be there and everybody is paying into the pot to give him the money, then that doesn't count. That's out. That's impermissible.
well, this is where you're going to end up with you're forcing the hand of, I mean, I don't love it, but you're forcing the hand of going back under the table when you're doing that. All of a sudden you're going to have these cash donations that were tips, if you will, and unreported.
You know, I'm curious, Aaron. I'm genuinely curious. In the world of influencers, in that realm, right? Do you watch Mr. Beast at all?
When the kids are watching it, I'll
like
passing.
So in the beginning, one of the things that Mr. Beast did was he would pop into a random streamer's stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they would have like 0 viewers. Like, oh, look at this person that's streaming to nobody. And they would be the one viewer. And then they would tip $10,000 to that person.
I think Kai Cenat does some of that stuff too.
Yeah, that's where it all kind of originated from.
Yeah.
I mean, this was probably 5-6 years ago that Mr. Beast was doing this anyway.
Sure.
What's to stop that? Okay, just go set up a Twitch account, go stream on your Twitch account, and then randomly at XYZ time, somebody's going to come in and tip you $10,000 anonymously on your Twitch account.
Are you allowed to have outside jobs?
Yeah.
In this new realm?
I mean, you're allowed to, like, that is name, image, and likeness. A Twitch account. That is name, image, and likeness as much as it could be, right?
Yeah, I get it. I understand. And I don't know how that's any different than going to Weiler and working at Weiler.
I know.
And
but as what is going to happen, Aaron? Teams are going to find workarounds to everything. That's what they do. So if you have a Twitch account and somebody comes into your Twitch account and donates a bunch of money to you anonymously, Twitch is going to cut you that check.
It's still going to end up being taxed the same as anything else, any other income. Yeah. You're going to have to file a W-2, so it'd be the same thing. But again, this is what you're backs. You're trying to rule a lawless world. It literally is.
They cost this. If they would have set some structure before they opened the floodgates, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. But because they opened the floodgates and then tried to put the water back in, that's not you. Once you open the floodgates, there is no, we're just going to put the water back in where it came from.
With a bucket.
Yeah, we just scoop it. Scoop it. So the other part of this, Aaron, is something called the collective association. I don't know exactly what that is. Ross Dellinger tweeted it quote tweeted it as if they're important. And since we worship at the idol of Ross Dellinger here on this particular show, I'm going to believe that there's some credence to whatever this collective association equates to. Today's commentary from the College Sports Commission regarding true NIL and valid business purposes, those are both in quotation marks, true NIL and valid business purposes, is not only misguided, but deeply dismissive of the collective organization and the tens of thousands of fans and donors who fuel them. I don't want to say I hate collectives, because we very clearly know people that run a collective. But the
Yeah.
idea or why a collective became necessary has nothing to do with name, image, and likeness. It is just crowdsourcing money into a pool and then paying players to play for your school.
Booster's gonna boost.
Yes. I just name me one other sports entity, league, whatever that's allowed where the fans can buy influence and and I'm not saying it's wrong. Maybe for the people that have all the money, more power to you. But the programs are making tens and hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And it should not be the fans that are able to do that, to buy the players. Again, it breaks my brain because I'm for player empowerment. I'm for you're worth what somebody will pay you.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
In a roundabout way, in all the other sports, NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, like the TV dollars, the ticket sales, that all goes into the pot. So essentially, you as the fan are consuming it. And in college, to me, that's not
Aaron,
even.
This is paying over and above that. There's
I
nothing.
understand.
You don't get anything when you give money to a collective. It's not tax deductible. You don't get merchandise. You don't get anything. You're just giving your money away because you like your team.
I mean, wouldn't this be all curbed if you actually had collective bargaining? You'd have some way. Correct. I mean, you see,
but we don't have
it. You see situations in the NFL where when you've had like John Elway and I forget the running back that was there back in the day.
Terrell Davis.
He was, getting paid under the table, and the Denver lost some picks the next year, and they had a situation. They got a Super Bowl out of it, but say what you will. There's been plenty of rumors going around that Robert Kraft was buying into Tom Brady's businesses, his side hustle, and that's why he kept taking the pay cuts on the NFL side. And Kraft was investing in him in another way. So there's always going to be workarounds. That's what the people do that are always trying to cheat the system, trying to win, and it is what it is. But I would think, again, if you had some type of collective bargaining in place, you would be able to police this somehow and launch investigations somehow, instead of what we have right now, where the NCAA almost has to toe the line a little bit because
they lost 100 straight court cases.
And you essentially could have the Big Ten and the SEC say, we're out. We're done. We don't need this. We'll go have our own set of rules and do what we want to do. Because you've been teetering that line now for
that's still not going
to the better part of the last decade. I understand, but it's still a threat.
It's possible, right? Yeah. No, fans pay for the scholarships. Instead of just the school waiving the scholarships and saying that money is absorbed into the general fund or absorbed into whatever, they make the football program pay for the scholarships, and then the football program passes that on to the donors. You for a mere $40,000 a year can sponsor a third string linebacker.
This is all without mentioning the fact that student fees are also getting tacked on for some students who don't even go to any of the sporting events or anything like that.
Yeah. Aaron, an interesting part of the House bill.
I know.
If you make over $50 million a year,
Mhm.
as out of your revenue, then you can no longer take subsidies for your from your university.
I wonder what school they wanted to make sure got lumped into that when they
It's a
put it
good
at 50
question.
million instead of, oh, I don't know, all of them. Why are any of them allowed to just tack on student fee? Just what are we doing? What are we doing?
I mean, campus life is better with when you go somewhere that has good athletics. There is a cost
Not
for
if
that.
you're a commuter who doesn't go to any of it. If you don't care, why are you getting lumped in?
Because it's part of the environment, the experience at the university.
Look, I support a lot of things that are probably in the gray area. I think this one is bullshit.
Yeah, I don't mind student fees at all. For all the things that they charge for, $400 a year for student athletics fees, not bad.
It's taking advantage of the kids like me who don't look at anything and overwrite your student loans because you need living expenses and what have you. So you end up paying this crazy amount of interest
Well,
when all is said and
that's
done.
you didn't do your homework. That's a you problem.
Correct, because the system is set up for you to feel like you have to go to school.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I'm in that, still clinging to that boat that, aren't you asking your fans for enough while you're making 40, 50, 60, 80 million dollars a year? Aren't you
Even
asking
to
your
get
fans for enough?
season tickets, you have to make a donation to the
Yeah.
athletic department in order to even
Yeah.
get your season tickets.
Right.
Like that's like the seat license fee, which I don't think we're far from that. Let's be completely honest. The seat license
I
fee is
mean,
next.
you saw what Tennessee did. Tennessee just said, look, we're putting a we got to pay these motherfuckers tax on your tickets this year of like 15%. And everybody has to pay the 15%. We're paying the players fee because it's the responsibility of the fans to not only buy the tickets to the game and buy the merchandise and show up and support and all that good stuff and promote your university for free. But now we got to go back into their pockets and get money for the collective. And if they don't give the money, our head coach is going to sit on a podium and say, do you guys want to win or not? If you want to win, like it's Baptist preacher stuff, bro.
Enough is never enough.
Never. Is what it is. All right. That'll do it. That's the nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya.